one red, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother do. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother do.
Thanks for tuning to the Black Fathers Initiative of Cleveland. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you guys click the link in the bio. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. And you know what we do here. Black love, black relationships, black wealth, black solutions, black community, all black everything. So we just finishing up this interview with T.I. and my guy, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. And we talked about a few different things that were pretty interesting in this interview. So I think it's almost done, so we're going to finish it off. But definitely make sure you click the link in the bio, drop a comment. Of course, you know I love the comment, so drop a comment. I'll definitely try to reply to the comment, of course. And let's see, finish this on up.
Uncooperative, and then we got to get into the other component. Fit.
Man.
Yeah, don't touch the third rail, but it's true.
But a man could get with a woman and motivate her to do everything she needs to do to become fit, to become cooperative. If a man is, how can you say, motivating a woman properly, I believe, and if that woman is motivating that man properly, I believe we both have the missing components to what the other needs. I think the problem is what we're going out there and looking for is people who are strong in the ways that we are strong.
Okay.
A lot of time, I think that, you know, the idea is for us to accompany each other and fill the void and compensate for the strengths and weaknesses that the other has. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, that is the issue. I think we are expecting the same things from each other. Like opposites attract, they say that for a reason. If you like to talk, then you need a man who like to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you like to cook, you need a man like to eat. you dig? I feel like if you're good at being organized and doing the bills and handling the money, then you need someone who's, you know, probably more of an extrovert and can, you know, speak for you at parties when you don't want to speak, or, you know what I mean? Y'all need to accompany each other. And I think that's dope. A huge issue for us.
Well, I can hear a lot of that, but what I also think about, you said, how'd you say it? You think a man can motivate a woman to do or be X, Y, Z.
Yes. And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yes.
But what's missing from that calculus?
I mean, it's possible.
Let's take it out of relationship. You got excellent credit rating and a lot of money. You're not gonna go buy a car that you got to do repair on when you can buy a Bentley off the lot. Basically, if you got the money and the credit rating to afford a Bentley, you're not gonna go get a car you got to repair. And we've told women that men should accept men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place. Women know that men want women that are fit. And women won't. This is gonna be tough, man. But y'all sitting back like, yeah, say it, tell the truth, tell it. Because it's true. And they know it's true.
And women want a man that's fit. Even if they
and
not fit.
I have so many men of all stripes who are like, thank you for telling the truth. Please tell it. Because men have been so coward and so threatened to be canceled and everything else to where if you're going to say something, you got men shook to even say anything. But at the end of the day, they're not buying. They're not marrying.
Can you explain the catch and the prize?
Yeah. All right. If you've ever seen the TV show The Bachelor, you ever seen the TV show The Bachelor, where they have an eligible bachelor and they put him before a bunch of different women, and they have to compete for his attention, such and so forth. Then they have the Bachelorette. Well, that's good for one person. What I'm using with the catch and the prize is I'm trying to just find single, professional, available men and women to use my platform to put before one another so we can try to facilitate more couples meeting. I mentioned that I have a private Facebook group that I just put together just as an aside and asking people who watch my YouTube channel, and they go ahead and ask to get in the group, and there's some basic questions that you have to answer. And I go through each one of them and just basically pick them, because I believe that after all these conversations and everything else, what I truly believe is one man and one woman can sit down, they can make a deal. Everybody else, I mean, this is fun, the podcast, but when it's going to come down to one-to-one, and there's always a special relationship and agreement that comes between one man and one woman that the rest of the world would never know and understand, nor should they have to.
That's right.
So the catch and the prize.
Because what work for you and yours.
And that's what it's always worked. So this Facebook groups I mentioned, 800 or so men and women, and in under 6 months, there have actually been 8 black couples that have gotten together, and 3 engagements and 1 marriage. So we're being told.
And how long?
In under 6 months.
Under 6 months.
One brother joined in, a successful attorney. The video's on my channel. Brother joined my group reluctantly joined me. He didn't want to join, but I said, come on in and join. He decided to just go ahead and join because he was going to move out of the country. He was done with it. He joined in under a week. He met an Ivy League sister in the group and woman of his dreams. They're together now. Another brother met a sister. He's here in Atlanta. She's in Boston. Another sister I talked to actually on my YouTube channel, and she was going to go over to Spain. And I said, you should stay here and work it out with your man. These success stories are on my channel. She's like, she went there for a minute, but that seed had been planted. They got engaged on the first. What this basically shows is we hear how hard it is to find a man, how hard it is to find. Really, if a guy who's not a matchmaker or a relationship guru that's been around for the longest, I got no books, none of this. If I can find random people, 800 here, 400 men, 400 women, just ask them basic questions and put them in the same room, nature will find a way.
That's right.
It's no different than the Sadie Hawkins dance. You put the boys and the girls in there, and they're going to be on this side, they're going to be on that side. Let the music play long enough, get the adults out of the way, somebody going to end up dancing.
See, I mean, it's a lot of truth in what you're saying. There's a lot of truth in what you're saying, and they say the truth will set you free, but it's going to piss you off at first. You dig what I'm saying? So you say something that's very close to a phrase or a concept that I've, also just kind of tossed around, in my philosophizing. You said women have killed chivalry. And what I took it kind of a step further by saying I think that there is no difference in chivalry and chauvinism. The same elements apply.
Well, yeah, because
doing something because you feel like a woman shouldn't do it. Now, why you feel like that woman shouldn't do it, or the intention or the spirit behind why that woman should do it. Like, hey, let me open that door for you. Women shouldn't do that.
Right.
Hey, let me pull out your chair. Women shouldn't do that. Hey, let me pay this bill. Women shouldn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, hey, let me get that high-ranking position in the military. Women shouldn't do that. Hey, let me get this corner office and CEO position, because women shouldn't do that. So chivalry and chauvinism have the same elements, lots of the same elements. It is the intention and how it is applied that separates them.
Yeah, and human beings know how this works. I mean,
don't assume anything.
Well, here's the funny thing, and when I say this, I'm part of Generation X, okay? For thousands of years of recorded history, men and women have pretty much known how to do this. To lesser or varying degrees, but we've had inventions and civilization. We're not farmers anymore or hunter-gatherers. We built buildings, airplanes. We got to figure it out. But then along came the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and we came up with all these new ideas of how we should do things. And We used to accept that men and women were different, and that didn't make us less worthy. We're just different. Now we have a world to where it's like, well, we're all the same and we're not the same. And we're trying to reimagine. There are people who want to reimagine how men and women should interact. Here's the problem. That sounds good in a laboratory, in a classroom, but in the world, people just won't accept it. Women want what they want, men want what they want. And here's the calculus that went missing for the longest. Women control access to reproduction and sex. Men control access to relationships. And if men control access to relationships because we're the pursuers, we ask for proposals, if the marital rates are declining, if relationships are dropping, it would be an unwise business to go chastise the customer for why they're not buying. You need to ask, what's wrong with my product?
Now, you said
that's pretty dope.
How much ladies hate when the roles are reversed.
Yes.
Now I want you to speak on that, but I want you to do it in the presence of my dear friend, respected, longtime colleague and constituent, Single Dina. Please come in.
Single Dina, everybody.
Single Dina, please come on. Welcome to Expeditiously. Welcome back to Expeditiously.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now,
So happy to be here.
right on. We're so happy to have you. Now you've had quite the time to research Mr. Kevin
I
Samuels.
have. It's been very interesting.
Because listen, so I put Single Dina up on your show, and I told her, I say, hey, find him. We need
He
to
did.
sit down.
Okay.
And ever since then, she's been sending me
Right.
excerpts,
Every night I just get in my bed and I watch these
and
videos.
you watch this man in your bed
what I
alone.
wanna
Just
hear.
tearing into women, just
And
left
you
and right.
Tearing,
No.
but you're coming back. Are you a pain freak? Because if it was painful, you would have no reason to return.
It's interesting. It's a perspective that we don't hear often, and I feel like it's almost like, how you hear a lot about like women empowerment. It's like a new male men empowerment kind of thing. He's
Testosterone
speaking
getting
up
to you.
for the men that don't necessarily get to say these things.
But is it the honesty? Is it that you relate to it?
Facts.
Is it that you agree
Big
with
facts.
it? Is it that you so much disagree with it and you hate it? Like, what is it that keeps you coming back for more?
I think it's a mixture of all of it. I would say that I feel like we could be a little bit more. I've said this to you before. A little bit more, less harsh with our words.
Who,
and
he
our
could
correct.
or
Yes.
you could?
No, he could.
He could, but what would that accomplish if he
Well,
was?
that's why people
No.
like it, because he gets down and dirty real fast.
Well, it's not down.
Why you calling it down and dirty?
See,
I
the
mean,
words have been used.
Why can't it be up
Direct.
and
Well,
honest?
well,
you know what I'm
direct.
saying? Why can't
Very
it be up and
direct.
honest?
Well, here's the thing. Tear into women, harsh.
Right.
What would we call ain't nothing going on but the rent? You got to have a JOB if you want to be with me.
When most men lack the exposure to certain opportunities that would yield them the benefits to
Like, I don't want
reach
no scrubs,
such a
right?
standard.
I don't want. The thing
Right.
is, and put a ring on it. Women have had the freedom to speak their minds directly, honestly, in film, in print, in media, for especially black women, unopposed for the better part of 50 years.
I was gonna say not that long, because they were suppressed for a little
I mean,
bit.
Shame,
women-
insults,
hey,
guilt, the need
sure.
to be right.
And this is what I
the
always
correcting
say.
of men all the time.
No, I was
Yeah.
just saying because women for
There's
so
a lot of
long
women
did not
that
have
correct.
a
Sign
I
voice.
come across a lot of
Sign
women
Black
that
women have never
correct
been
me.
able to
Shame,
by black men.
insults,
And I
guilt,
really don't
and
I said
know
black
that
women.
right.
Black women have never had that problem with their men.
Women of color.
I mean, I'm specifically talking about black women in this case, but and that's what
You
here's the
say
thing.
no, black women, not women.
When
of color.
women say what they want to say about I don't date a short man, you got little D energy. I mean, y'all got
You can say it here, little dick
I mean,
energy.
y'all got. I mean,
You can say
you
it
got.
here.
The women are praised for saying it, but when I
Yeah.
actually speak to women who volunteer to call into my show to
Right.
ask me my advice or my opinion,
Right.
then all of a sudden I'm being harsh.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
And you're a friend, and just welcome to the show. And
So that was a great interview with him and T.I. R.I.P. to Godfather, man. Man, I be waiting for some new But ain't nothing new coming out. I do surf and try to find some other people to that are like him, but nobody. I don't think nobody's gonna be able to take nobody. There's not gonna be another Kevin Samuels for a while. So, you know, like I say, R.I.P. to Godfather. Make sure you guys go check out our nonprofit website, www.blackfathersofcleveland.com. Really appreciate the love. Peace.